Like, is this fine now? Is my video clear now?
Yes, yes, Navya, it's fine. Is it echoing?
No. That's why I joined from phone.
Guys, we will start the session in 2 minutes.
Navya, are you scrolling something on your phone? Means
Okay.
your hand is blocking the camera.
Mm. Guys, are you still able to see me? Hello?
Just half of you.
Half of you, matlab?
Matlab, we are not able to see your complete face, and now it has, yeah, not able to see your complete face.
Not able to see my complete face.
Is it just me? Yeah, now it's nice.
Navya, I think we should start. I think the guests have joined.
Yeah, like, what about the audience question? Hello, hello. Am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, very good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Hello, Balbir Bhaiya. Hello, Tarun Bhaiya. Like, if you don't mind, you can switch on your cameras. Mansi, can you pin our guests?
Sorry, Navya.
Just pin our guests onto the screen. Like I hope Balbir Bhaiya is also here, right? Hello, Bhaiya. Yeah, Mansi, can you quickly check with the other guest?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, hi Navya. So the mic was disabled somehow. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Bhaiya. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Like Mansi wants to check with Balbir Bhaiya and we can start the event.
Hey, where is this option to change the background of the video? Is there somewhere in this Teams?
Yeah, while joining your audio, like if you are from Teams app, you can change it.
While joining, while on the call, we can't.
No, you can open now also. Like after joining, just on the audio, like when there will be menu option, right? Like just below just
There is,
beside the mute button, you will have a menu button. Click on it, you will find options.
that's good. No, it's not there. Can you guide me? There is some more actions and there is nothing else like
Are
background
joining from web or app?
browser.
Then it won't work. Like it works only from the app, like desktop version of it.
Okay.
I think Balbir might have joined. Navya, check.
Uh, yeah, fine. Balbir Bhaiya, can you give us an audio check once? Just unmute yourself and give us a greeting or something. Bhaiya, are you able to hear me?
Hello. Yeah, good morning, guys. कैसे हो सब? How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, Bhaiya. Hello.
Hello,
Thank you,
Tarun.
Bhaiya.
Long time no see.
काम की बात कर ले बेटेगा.
Miss you too. So, who do we have here? Hi,
Yeah,
Navya. कैसे हो?
yeah, that's Navya. Yeah, fine, Bhaiya. All good.
Hey.
Nice to see you today here. And so let's go with the event. Okay. Here we have everyone. Like, hello all. Firstly, I will introduce myself. This is Navya, one of the co-team member of Electronics Club. Here in front of you, bringing with Articulate with Alumni. Okay. So let's get into the event. Yeah, fine. Like till now, like many of you might have might be thinking like we have successfully overcome one of the biggest hurdles in our life. We have cleared our JE and finally we are into IITs. And what's next? Like you might be thinking, right? Like finally we are here. Now what should be the next? What should be the next plan? How should we go in our next step in the future? So for any future plans, we require some good motivation, good inspiration, also good guidance, right? So Electronics Club has taken a small initiative to overcome this confusion. So we are bringing you our club alumni of IITG, like who have done a great job in their tenure in Electronics Club. Like one of them is the overall coordinator and one of them is a project manager of Electronics Club. and now they are excelling in their fields. And we are here. We are bringing you an interactive session with them for clearing your doubts, confusions, your queries that you get on your like what's running in our college life and what to be done in the future, or what, like, since they have already crossed this barrier very good, like they have already completed that part of that phase of life which we are struggling currently. So it would be better for them for clearing our queries. So we hope like you get a good advice on picking up your career and great ideas making most of your college life, and some important insights of some professional and as well as some personal life also. So here we are with Balbir Singh and Tharun Bhaiya. Bhaiya, you can take over, give your intro. And guys, like, be interactive. You can ask your queries directly. You can unmute yourself or put it in the chat. I can ask you, and be interactive. Okay, like you can use the reactions in between if you want to give some applause or give a smiley or thumbs up. Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Bhaiya, you
Navya,
can take.
can the folks unmute themselves or maybe switch
Yeah,
on
you
their
can take.
videos?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yes. Like folks, like you can turn on your cameras, like, if there is no bandwidth issue.
Hello, Anurag. Looking crisp यार. Nice. काफी fresh morning में है. So great यार. Tarun, you're also here with me, supporting me in all of my aspirations.
Yes, Balbir, of course, always.
Awesome, awesome. Hello, Mansi. Long time no see. Great यार, great. ऐसे this is our first time like interacting virtually club में. नहीं तो we are always there in front of the TV वाला section. I hope you नहीं. I must be skeptical कि आप सब में से because most of you are online semester वाले folks ना. But nice यार. Balbir here joined IIT 2016 and obviously graduated 2020. So last 2 months काफी unfortunate. But comparatively तुम सब में so the least unlucky guys because हमारा तो थोड़ा ज्यादा ही हो पड़ा है ना ऑनलाइन वाला स्टफ. करेक्ट. So how is the online classes going यार? Enjoying college at home?
Yeah, folks, you can unmute yourself. And
Not that much, Bhaiya.
क्या हुआ?
Not
Yes, the answer to this question should be no. Otherwise, you are not still hooked into the college wala system. Great, yeah, great. So, yep, telling about my college life. I was part of electronics club since the first year, I guess, second semester. Say how that is a story because most of the seniors that I used to look up to, I mean, who were technically very aptitude and very apt. For example, my hostel's technical secretary itself, Rahul Bhaiya. So I always used to look up to them. And अब भैया जो कर रहे हैं हम भी करेंगे क्योंकि भैया मचाऊं मैं. Correct. So they used to go to the technical club, electronics club, technical board के पास, into the new sac area. And for second समय तो क्या ही पता होता है. Nothing, you know, nothing. And then came the time of tech events. And that's when I just somehow landed into, I guess, भैया ने कुछ हॉस्टल से मंगवाया था. भैया asked me to fetch something from the hostel, maybe a solder or something, and that's when I landed up into electronics club. And I was just in awe of the aura there. I mean, everyone working with the green boards. I don't know, smoke here and there, but everyone was so happy and enjoying about exploring something new. And I also told Bhaiya that, yeah, I want to start something. So I was just a assistant, I would say, not even a participant of a project, because I was just, I was with Akhil Sheikh Bhaiya. He's currently with Oracle, 2019 pass out itself. And my first project was smart form automation only. Very simple project. My only role was to record a video that, hello, welcome to Tech Events 2.0. Press 1 to switch on the motor, press 2 to switch on the light, press 3 to switch on the motor, press 4 to switch on the light. And I just played with Arduinos. That's how I got hooked into electronics club. Then over the year, यार बस वही affection or attraction love में convert हो गई and landed up into Intel, working there. काफी मजा आ रहा है अभी तो वर्क फ्रॉम होम में. मैं तो बोलता रहूंगा ना तरुण, तू भी बोल रहे यार. फिर बोला टाइम मत ले लिया मेरा.
yeah, Tarun bhai, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm able to unmute. So I would like to know how many people are from first year and like that. So maybe I don't know if there is option here. Can you guys react?
Yeah, people from first year, like put on your thumbs up or given a like hand. Raise your hands. Or
I think there are about 40 people. 40, no, 40 people overall. Okay.
Okay, just to make the content more relevant to you, so we would like to know, I mean, what is the tally? So, okay, one only.
like there are few people because we could not interact with our very like incoming freshers a lot. We have some barrier. So yeah,
Okay,
communication
how
has
many
been.
are second year? Only one first year. Okay, Anirudh. Okay, how many are second year?
Yeah, most of them are from second year.
Most of them are second year. Okay, great. I think everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
अनुराग, तुम किस ईयर से
Like
हो?
हेलो
Yes, अनुराग.
हाँ आपने क्या कहा
तुम किस ईयर से हो यार?
सेकेंड ईयर भैया
Nice. Which
yeah.
branch?
But
इसी
Cool,
How
cool.
many are from third year? Can you please raise the hand? I mean, raise the hand in the reaction.
Only
like
the
Tarun
voting.
bhai, you can go with your like intro, like, share your thing like at your campus life in brief.
Yes, sure, I'll do that. Let me get the context. Okay. So, removed me. Someone removed me. Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay, so I joined club. Club I joined in first year, and yes, and then going. I mean, how I joined club was mostly in the first year during the Kriti, that is the inter-hostel tech event. So at that point in time, I organized some things in my hostel and I seek some help from the Gymkhana, and then I got introduced to technical Saki and mainly from up the hierarchy, not from the, like not from the ground. It's like from the top people I went to know the clubs. Then I had hands-on in many clubs, yes, but after some time I figured out what I want and I joined the electronics club finally and take a responsibility over there. Served it, tried to help people, maybe succeeded, maybe not, but tried a different approach. That's what is expected from you guys. Okay, enough about me. So being you people are in the second year, so yeah, it's the third sem, so it's a good time. I would say it's a good time to start looking for what you really are interested in. Try doing things. I mean, do not think that somebody will tell you this direction is the best. There is an approach called speculation. So I would say just work on, if you think four paths are good enough for you, work on the four paths. Only one you will take, three will be flushed. Sounds like a terrible approach, but this is the approach you should take, and there's no other way. And it's not very terrible. I would say this is not my idea. This is the idea from processor design. So when you design a processor and there are instructions being pipelined, in instruction one by being executed, then sometimes to speed up, what we do is we execute everything, and later we know that this was not the required thing and we flush the whole thing. So this is not my idea. This is a great idea from some great people. So there is only one way to clear out your confusion is working on those lines. So being said the context, we can further take your questions. If you have any, I'll encourage you to take ask your questions, because I can answer somebody else questions that won't make sense to you. It's about your question, what's in your mind. It's not about what's in my mind. Okay, so I'll encourage you to ask questions, then only you can benefit. Very bluntly, I would say that. So please go ahead and ask your questions. Otherwise, we will go with the flow and we'll answer some uh,
Yeah,
relevant
yeah.
questions.
We
But
will like
yes,
we have make your life simple. Like we will ask you a few questions. Like but meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. I will ask you. Okay, in your name. Fine. Bhaiya, we can go with the flow now. And like when did your passion for electronics actually begin? Like you want to choose core electronics or what? Or you want like the Bhalbir Bhaiya has told like he just joined the club. So how did your passion begin to electronics? Like you have to work in this. Like you really like it.
yeah, it goes a very back when I had my first CPU. I mean, first that Dabba computer in my
Hmm.
around sixth class or something, if I remember correctly. That
Oh.
is the time when I was practical about things happening in the CPU. Oh, that is
Hmm.
a time. I mean, uh, that triggered questions in my mind. That's all. But then I lost in some other parts, and then after later when JE was cleared, JE
Hmm.
was cleared, and I was about to choose the branch. Then I searched about again things. Then I so what can lead me to that exploration which I always fantasized. So that's how I choose electronics and communication. But when I went into the college, nothing of my expectation was happening.
Yeah,
Like,
like we also see like we thought something and there is something here.
yes.
Eh,
So there was nothing which I expected was there in college. Absolutely nothing. So I thought it's on my journey, it's my ambition. I'm gonna work on it independently. Yes. If some help comes in the way, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm enough to work. There are enough resources. I can be a self-reliant person and go ahead. But if some help is there, I'll take it. If I can help someone, I'll do it. That's how it started in the club.
so, and Bhalbir Bhaiya?
We are coming from a normal background. I mean, in school, no exposure to electronics or even a single board. Abhi, these days,
Hmm.
too, people have just, I can see eighth and ninth class folks also doing some Python and other stuff. So,
Hmm.
to be honest, to be very honest, I never knew I was going to land up here until in the seventh round of counseling, my branch got upgraded to electronics and electrical. And that's when I told my mother that now I'm not going to study. Definitely not going to study in my college. And going further into the first year, so two, three things were very, very clear. And okay, first of all, I just want to clear the context of what I say is just what my personal opinion is without comparing it or demeaning someone else's interest or else's field. So I had a very simple funda yaar, कि करना वही है, I'll do the stuff that I'm reading. And because I ultimately does not want to do coding just for the sake of it. Correct. So
Yeah,
that's
like
how.
in college, like in even and though it is Triple department or AC department,
Mhm.
like we find most of the people working on coding, and we see like they demotivate people who are working on code. Like ये क्यों लिया इतना tough है?
Mhm.
And like did that not affect on your journey?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
many
actually,
people are like there are hundreds of people backing up, going behind code jobs and like doing code related works.
mhm, mhm.
Like what effect was there on your journey by this thing?
To be honest, nothing actually, because I see it more of a personal choice, and I didn't see anything wrong in even if electronics people are going more into the core electronics, more into the coding stuff job, because at then that's what they think that they want to do, and if that's what their calling is, I'm totally fine with that. Can't comment on that, but I can give an insights on how I chose electronics and how I got the clarity. is that first of all, I was already very interested in digital design and stuff, because I've always been driven to those green motherboard wala stuff, so Arduino and all that stuff, because they are very tangible things that I can touch and feel and play with.
Hmm.
And over the time, my interest just got shifted into कि यार करना वही है, that I am studying, that I am really giving my 100% into. तो let's keep this life simple. जो कोर्स पढ़ रहे हैं वही अच्छे से पढ़ रहे हैं, ढंग से पढ़ते हैं, फाड़ के पढ़ते हैं. I'm not
Hmm.
saying मग्गू वाला चाहिए, but conceptually and logically correct. वो पढ़ते
Yeah.
हैं, उससे रिलेटेड काम करेंगे तो और मजा आएगा. Coming back to that question कि why people from our department are moving into, first of all, most of the people are going into coding jobs. Yes, it is not a myth, it is a reality, it is a fact, it is simple statistics, nothing wrong with it. अच्छी बात है, जिसको जो
Hmm.
करना है वो करे. Correct. How I chose electronics, I never chose electronics over coding as such कि ये सुपर चीज है, वो सुपर चीज नहीं है. And I guess the same goes for Tarun also. It was like कि यार ये पसंद है, but इतना पता है कि कोडिंग भी बहुत जरूरी है, even in fact in core also.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
but
like
I just did a simple exercise just to
hmm, like
conclude
many of
that
my
question.
friends, even my juniors, have like a point, like in a point of confusion where to choose coding or core. Like they are like not so interested or motivated by the courses because we are on our online sim. Like
Mhm.
things are not more motivating us. Like, can you suggest some easy way to get out of this confusion?
Yes, there is a very easy way. Working on all the paths. And this
Yeah,
is the only way you have.
like
If
you
you
told,
don't,
like you are able to see some green board or something practically which helped you to get motivated. Like we currently are not having that opportunity. Like what do you suggest to do for that?
what do you think is there in the green board? What can we do about it? We can just see. You have internet, you have various things to see. Don't make excuses out of. See, even in the offline SEM course were never interesting. I told you in the starting that it's you and
Hmm.
only you. It's not course. Course were never interesting. Okay. So don't try to make excuses of online versus offline. Okay. Even when you are in offline, you will make excuses about CGPA and practical work. See, there is an always there is a way to sympathize ourselves. Don't do that.
Okay. Like
Work on the
coming to
private
the
thing.
next, like if we are really interested on core also, like how exciting are jobs on core side? Like what would be like working on a core job?
Okay, it's a very personal to personal basis questions. The real question is, did you try core, or you are just without trying saying that I'm not interested or I'm interested. You want software, you do software. Okay, you want core, you do core. No questions asked. But have you tried both of them? Have you really do you have a really strong reason for yourself that I want this one? Have you tried software? Okay, for my example, I tried software. It's not that I didn't try software. I tried software even before coming to IIT. I was not someone who had programming courses in my 12th class or 11th class. But after the vacations, after the JE, some time is there, I tried coding. That's where I tried coding. That's where I started C. First year I loved coding. Second semester I loved coding. A score there are very less courses which I'm proud of, and there was very good teacher at that point in time also. And data structure course was one of them in the second sem. I loved it. I love coding today also, but I'm in core. Things are not that exclusive as you think. Everything is linked. So you want software, you do software. No questions asked. But have you tried that? Is the real question. Or you are just before trying, you want answers, huh? Like someone has traveled the path, so they can tell you that you should do or not. Sorry, but this doesn't work that way because it's a very personal path. So do you want to risk your life on somebody else experiences? Do you want to
No, like it's not like experiences, but like if like currently making myself as a volunteer. Like I myself have good interest on core, but how exciting will the job be like? And let's share your experience, like how you feel working on a core job. Like you told you already tried a software thing, and how different did you find, and what made you more excited about a core profile?
Okay, coming to my personal things. Okay, so as I told you, I had an curiosity about the hardware from the starting. I mean, how things are built on a PCB, that being the one, or how the microcontroller is. There are various applications. I was really interested about the applications also. And there is one other aspect as well, that being, it looks like there is a lot of software jobs, and there are, but what kind of job do you really want? There is a job in Ola, there is a job in Microsoft, there is a job in TCS, all same software, but everything is not same. There is a software job in the TI as well, there is a software job in Intel, there are software jobs in Nvidia, Qualcomm, everywhere software jobs are there. But what application you want to build, what product you would like to build down the years. So for me, I really want to build something down the line, being independent in the true self, that I can build some product.
Mm.
Software was not something I was excited about. Software products I was not something excited about, because software products are limited to a certain, certain application. Hardware has a more room. If you know the hardware, there's a more room. There's a more impact you can create. You know about cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency started, people started using the traditional softwares, traditional hardware to build their softwares. But when the things really got serious, people tried to make the application specific integrated circuit. It's
Mhm.
something people touch at the very end because it is costlier, but it is a highly impactful thing. The impact what a silicon can make, software can never make. Mark my words, it can never make.
Yeah,
But it's not a single man job, it's a team job, and it takes years of effort, lots and lots of money than software, higher risks. So I like to play around those things. That's what
okay.
about
Well,
me.
Shreya, what's your opinion on
About core
core job,
jobs.
working on core job? How exciting it is.
See, at the end, a job is a job is a job is a job. Is it exciting every day? No. Do I expect it to be exciting every day? Definitely not, because that will be a very, very, very wrong expectation. What I love about working on my job is, again, this is a very company specific, team specific, manager specific question. But so far, talking it personally, I've been blessed with a fantastic manager and a fantastic team. I've got a very good exposure on many of the digital design stuff on the processor design level. And what I really like is that whatever I do, I can really see the stuff directly out of my books and what I've already read. So somewhere and somehow I don't feel irrelevant. Those 4 years don't feel irrelevant, either from the perspective of the club participation, club experience, or from the things that I have read, or from the things that I have devoted time in. Correct. So I
Mhm.
always can connect the dot back to the very first day of the college. And that's what I like day in, day out. एंड जस्ट एड्रेसिंग दैट क्वेश्चन अगेन कि यार वो कैसे डिसाइड कर कि कोर में जाना है या कोडिंग में जाना है अ वेरी रेलिवेंट आई टोटली रेजोनेट विद तरुण दैट बोथ ऑफ अस हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड बोथ द थिंग्स एंड देन डिसाइडेड मतलब ऐसे ऊपर से एक दिन उठ के नहीं आया था सपना कि हेलो तरुण मुझे कोर करनी है अरे ब्रो गले मिल मैं भी करूंगा इट वाज नेवर लाइक दैट करेक्ट ही वाज ऑलरेडी हैड इन द जर्नी
Mm.
आई ही एक्सप्लोर्ड सॉफ्टवेयर फर्स्ट आई एक्सप्लोर्ड कोर फर्स्ट then fortunately he got the PPU and I didn't. So at that time, जब placement वाला
Mm.
scenario आता है, I thought कि पता नहीं है either core companies are gonna come or not. So let's do coding also. So 3 months I did coding only from August, September, October end also. In fact,
Mm.
November also. So 15 days before my interviews, I left coding ki bro ये नहीं होगा because I remember there was one class lecture that I was attending class में ही, so totally irrelevant, usually सी बात है. उस दिन आई वाज इन अ कंप्लीट डिलेमा कि भाई अब क्या करूं, कोडिंग भी कर ली है, कंपनीज भी क्वालिफाई हो गई है, बट कोर भी है. सिंपली आई डिड वन एक्सरसाइज, करेक्ट. दिस चूज मी, दिस हेल्प मी टू चूज माय पाथ वेरी 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 क्लियरली. आई जस्ट एक पेज लिया, टू वन पेज, ड्रू अ लाइन इन सेंटर, ऑन लेफ्ट कोडिंग जॉब, ऑन राइट कोर जॉब. एंड व्हाट आई रोट ऑन कोडिंग साइड वाज अगेन वेरी पर्सनल. पैसा अच्छा है और पैसा अच्छा है, क्योंकि पर्सनली मुझे वही दिख रहा था उस जॉब में.
Obviously.
कोर में इंटरेस्ट है, एक लाइफ है, मजा आएगा 8 घंटे में भी कुछ करने में. हर दिन मजेदार नहीं होता जॉब में, बट मजा आएगा हर कुछ करने में. एंड अगेन एज तरुण सेड, द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ हार्डवेयर, द थिंग्स आर वेरी टैंजिबल देयर. और पैसा कम है, आई नहीं हूँ, पैसा कम है कंपेयर टू सॉफ्टवेयर. हार्डवेयर में पैसा कम है, बट दैट्स व्हाट यू हैव टू डिसाइड पर्सनली कि कहाँ जाना है लाइफ में. इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा लेना है जॉब में या फिर सिर्फ पैसा लेना है. सेकेंड थिंग ऑल्सो, जना खाना उठ के, again not offensive, jana khana, anyone, it's just a preparation of 2 to 3 months can easily crack or go into core coding. कोर में भी जा सकता है, बट कोर में टिकेगा नहीं अगर इंटरेस्ट नहीं होगा तो. करेक्ट. सो थोड़ी एक्सक्लूसिविटी फील होती है. तरुण सेम.
Yes, core
Yeah.
needs more consistency of work.
Like,
Software,
did you find any kind of something like where you lost your connection with the core after joining their work, or like adjusting with your work somewhere? Any hard times?
yes, this is the case with me, unfortunately. But you have to understand that it's not what you want always. It's what is in the demand. What can generate money. Company is all about generating money. As Balbir said, job is not exciting every time, every day. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not supposed to be.
There
But
will be challenges every day.
there's a mindset shift that you gotta do what gotta do. You know, even you think I want this, but that cannot be the right thing, because if there is no demand of that product, you can make it, and you can make with less resources because you're gonna get money.
Mhm.
So it's up to you if you want to make something which only you want, or you want to make something which people want and generate some real cash.
Mhm.
So yes, there is an there is a time where you are out of touch with the things you thought you would be in touch with.
Mm. Like, how did you again find motivation to get back in touch with the work you
There
have
is a
been?
one study which says,
Mhm.
I don't remember whose, but there is a psychological study. If you do some 20 to 30 minutes of something which interests you daily, you can do the mundane work, less interesting work throughout the day.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So you need a token of self-interest, at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours daily. But again, there are 24 hours, 8 hours of sleep, still around 12 hours of work. So 2 hours of interesting work, if you do, you can do 10 hours of mundane work.
If it is mundane, Tarun, if it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Balveer Bhaiya, was there some situation in your work life, like a big challenge that you are facing and you are losing contact with your interests?
So far, to be honest, no, yaar, because still I've just explored 4 to 5 domains only within that design,
Mm-hmm.
the whole of the design field, and everything excites, yaar, because I literally know nothing of industry. So recently I started working on low power stuff also, UPF if you will go into specifically. So for me, no, never. I've never felt कि मतलब ठीक है अब this is not interesting me, because that's what I say ना, interest was never the criteria for everyday interest, was never the criteria for going into job, that all of you, mark my words, all of you are gonna understand within the first quarter of your job. It's not about interest. It's at the end, it's the business execution. But that's
Yeah.
key. Do you like it more? It's about that. But
Mm-hmm.
so far नहीं. I've never had an incident जहाँ पे कि मजा नहीं आ रहा,
Mm-hmm.
because my expectations with the job are very sorted. जॉब
Yeah.
तो जॉब है
Like
भैया.
like the students like me who are interested for getting in a job in core sector, like what do you advise me? Like you told you went to 5 different profiles in this design sector. Like how should I decide like which all things I can explore?
Again, Tarun the answer. Don't decide. It's not up to us to decide. Do everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah, do everything.
So
Within a
it's a
job, na?
systematic thing. It's not you have to make a plan. Definitely, it's just
Like
not
there are
that.
obviously there are many things to see, like if it
Okay,
is
tell me what are many things. Tell me.
like it just taking there
So
are
tell me
like
a specific
analog
thing.
things, like if there is analog thing, there are many kinds of filter, like many kinds of amplifiers, and if there are filters, I'm seeing like different designs of filters are there, like and again there the optimization of that filters, again adaptive kind of filters, like there are many things to see, right?
Okay, so job is not a one day thing. You're gonna
Mm.
do everything. If you choose analog, there'll be filter design. This is just a one path. You choose analog, you choose filter design. This is just a one path. You will be mastering it in a 1 year, maybe if company gives you that opportunity. But what else? Job is not limited to very particular thing. Being in filter design, what do you think? You can do filter design like 40 years. You will do filter design only? No, right?
Obviously.
So what you have told me in analog filter design is one thing. Tell me the other one.
I don't know so many things, but amplifiers, inverters, and
Amplify inverters are all analog design. So again, analog design profile. There is a one profile. Tell me the other profile which you have explored.
digital profile, mm,
What in that?
like the VLSI designs, PCB, ASIC design, FPGAs,
Everything same. Everything is same. Okay.
system on chip, and
Again, only two paths, analog and digital. Tell me the third one.
the third one. Like currently, I to have good at least knowledge of these two only.
Yes. So that's what. There are only two paths which you need to work on. Okay. Be it a
Mm,
filter design, be it amplifier design, you get a context what analog looks like. You work on that even more. You even get the context. You even get more clarity. That's what your motto is, to get a more clarity, to know what you really want. There are not many things. If you try to write them down, there are only 3 4 paths. I can tell you from my experience, there are only 3
Hmm.
4 paths,
True.
not more than that. So instead of thinking that there are too many things, what should I choose? No, write them down. What are the too many things? Try to streamline them, then work on them systematically. It's a systematic approach. It's not that when we are saying that do everything just means that you will do everything chaotically. No, you have to make a system, you have to make a schedule. Okay, analog design, digital design, 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day analog design, 1 hour a day digital design. Read some book, read some text about them. Give yourself a month of 2 hours of consistent work to clarify what you want. Consistency is the most important thing. Today you are doing analog, 5 days you do analog, then you forget about analog. After 6 months, when company started to coming, then you are thinking, can I do analog? Should I explore analog? No, it doesn't work like that. You have to be consistent. Whatever path you choose, work on it consistently. It doesn't matter you give it just 1 hour. 1 hour is also a good time. Summed up over 30 days, it's a 30-hour thing. 30 hour, you can at least read 2 chapters from analog design book. 2 chapters in a month. Okay. if you have an year and you have, okay, you have an year to explore things. Mark
Yeah,
my
like
words, you have time. Don't
the
think that
time
it's
itself,
too
like
late.
the interns will be rushing, like we should like prepare for that. Like they tell like we have to prepare in summer, you don't have enough time, like we also have to prepare for coding also. And sometimes if we don't get a intern, like we get demotivated from core.
Start
uh,
early.
Just
Start early.
some. Yeah, Tarun, I'll just take a minute to summarize this very field. कि
yeah.
वो decide कैसे करे what I want to do, whether core or coding.
Mm,
Decide कैसे करे what I want to do within core. Just do one thing, explore everything. By explore, I don't really apply कि बैठ के just do coding only, correct? Do go to the college and do digital design or analog design only. But as Tarun said, correct? Explore all three. Ultimately, the thing that will be your calling, you will be driven to it. Because you will be giving time to only it, correct? And coming back to Navya, your question, there is so much thing in core, like all the topics that you were mentioning. To be honest, at undergraduate level, I guess there are just 3 to 4 topics only. Analog, ek, very simple. Digital, very simple. Very simple means no further divisions under that you
mm,
should be focusing on. Analog hai, okay. Digital, correct. Third is embedded, and fourth may be embedded software. Embedded software, we don't go into undergraduate level. So only 3 levels, correct? Tarun,
mm,
true? So focus on that only. Analog and digital. Core में क्या करना है? Correct?
mm.
True?
Yeah.
चलो.
So going to like we have our interns, like you told, we have to explore all the three of them, like whatever
Yep.
you have done. Like currently taking a second year it into consideration, like we have
Mhm.
like just got to know a few, like one course on analog and one course on digital, and
Mhm.
hardly we have exposure of 1 or 2 books. And in the very next time we will be getting, like we have to sit for interns, like
Mhm.
like we don't know what to prepare. And meanwhile, like our friends rushing, like everyone telling like coding is also required for core intern. And like we in the same fix, like same very small piece of time, we have to adjust all the three of them, including coding also. Like in what kind of plan or strategy can you suggest us to follow, like before the preparation of this intern, for core intern, like
First of all,
specifically who is concentrating on course?
yeah, first of all, get sorted in your mind what you do want to do, because when it comes to intern preparations, I don't know if Tarun even prepared for it. है ना? You managed it in 10-15 days, I guess. Tarun.
Yes, specifically, not specifically for intern, no. But fortunately, I made minds in various things a bit early. I started to work for core in my after my first year. I mean, in the second semester towards the end. I mean, I started exploring electronics in the like summers after first year. I already read a book on digital electronics. Okay, so that's what. Start early. Give yourself time. Okay, and about working for internship, even if you prepare for a month, it will be enough.
Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah.
And what is internship? That will be an opportunity. But what field you want? Let 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 us assume that you do not get an internship. Okay, but you get
Mm,
a clarity of what you want to do. In long term, clarity will serve you more, not the internship.
Absolutely.
Okay, so work on the your clarity. Fortunately, in my case, when I got clarity, I worked on it, and internship was no effort. So although I understand anxiety comes in, and nobody
mm.
knows better than me. You know, I was very anxious, to be honest, about not getting what I want. Okay, so very anxious. I feel very bad when I don't get what I want. Unfortunately, I didn't face that situation, but that fear of not getting
Yeah,
was
like most of us have that fear, like when we are working for core, like we are preparing, we are
there
doing
is a
good.
fear. It should be, because there
Talk
are
about
70
pressure.
companies coming up for the placements. on one day, and only one company would come for the core in the placements. That's the harsh reality. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There should be fear. If there's no fear, you are just being ignorant. If you see, there should be fear. But again, the question is, if there isn't one opportunity, would you like to have it? What I ask myself is, there are less.
I'm sorry.
Something what I ask to myself is, if there is only one job, would you like to prepare for it? Okay. If there is
Yes.
only one person to get it, amongst the thousands or hundreds, will you prepare for it? The answer is yes. If you want to be on the top, then you prepare for the best. Doesn't matter how many are behind you. What is the competition? Competition was way more in JE than job. Let me tell you,
True.
Mm-hmm.
way more than that. There are opportunity in the core, lot more than you can think. And
Absolutely.
in the software, jobs are really a lot for at least for our campus people.
Okay, someone removed. I'll continue. So it's true that if 10 companies are coming for coding, maybe one will come for core. But let me also tell you from experience that all the people that I know, all the seniors that I've known for the 3 years above me, for all the juniors that I've known for 3 years, correct? My juniors and my batch also. If someone has decided to continue in core, then everyone has got placed into core only. Correct, Tarun? Do you know anyone who
Yes.
decided core and he didn't got placed?
So there is a very interesting thing. What Balbir is telling is that when people are afraid, there is no competition as well. Okay, because everybody is afraid. Everybody is afraid to explore things which where opportunities are less. But what I have seen is in the placements, companies want to hire them, but there are no candidates just because of the fear. I can tell you,
Yeah,
just
like.
because of the fear. This is the reality of BTech guys.
Mm-hmm.
In our campus. This is the reality. Companies want to hire them, but they won't prepare. They won't even try core. Very initially,
Mm-hmm.
they'll shift to software because they know there are opportunity and they make up their mind that yes, this is what I will do. Why not? Why not? There are companies, there is money. Anyway, you have to do a work. Why not do a software? They are clear in their minds. Makes sense. But the
I,
problem arises when you are interested in core. Now you cannot go anywhere. Okay.
yeah, we can't sit there like for 8 hours.
Yes. So
It's
it's
like
your
difficult
particular
to manage.
problem. It's your problem. It's not people's problem who are joining software because they have a clarity.
Mm-hmm.
They do not have interest in core. So life is simple for them. Decision making is very simple. But if you are interested, if you when see a breadboard or you see some FPGA and you are excited about it, then there is a problem. Yes, but it's your problem. You got to handle it, right?
Yeah.
So it's your problem. Take charge of it and think about it and work. So there was a time where I used to just go in the club and see the inventory, not doing anything. I didn't even know about various things. I'll just go and see, okay, what might that be? Read the FPGA, zooming into in what is this, what is that. Maybe not just the FPGA, other things also. I just like to be surrounded from those boards. I'll say that. So that is the problem, right? If somebody see, I'm obsessed about that thing. It's my problem. I gotta choose. If I have to sacrifice money for that, you do. It's your problem. If you can make yourself convenient with software, you go ahead. It's a very good path. Very social acceptance. Like very good money. Even core, there is a money. Don't think that there's no money. If you are good at something, there will be money. Down 10 years. Starting, it might seem something else. But going 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, it's your interest, it's your consistency what you work on, then will make money. This is what I believe in. I don't know, but I believe in this.
Yeah. All right. Like, how did your club experiences help you to choose things and to choose your interests? Like, right now you told like you. So see, once we are interested in core, like we feel like doing something, and when it fascinates, only then we can go inside. Right? How did the club play a role in this for you?
Clubs comes into the picture when you sort out your mind that I want to try certain things. Like I said, if you note it down, there are four paths I want to go. If you want to do coding, you'll go to, Geek for Geeks. It's natural. If you want to
Yeah.
try electronics, you'll go to electronics club. It's natural.
Mm.
Okay, so that's how club comes into the picture, or anything in the gymkhana comes into the picture of getting a practical experience and trying out things. But the main thing is your willingness to try, and then you go to club, you try out things, you like something, you dislike something, you leave something, you took lead in something, So that's how it works. The willingness of work need to be there. Then clubs comes into the picture, you work. There is a one other aspect to the club. In club, it's
Mm.
just not about gaining knowledge and moving away. To work in club, you need to have a mindset of learning and sharing both. If you lack in one of them, you are not good fit for the club. I'm sorry about it. Okay, so club is about sharing as well, learning and sharing. If you want to do that, club is the point. Yes, it is a limited option. We don't have everything to explore. Club is also limited to people's knowledge and everything, but it give you certain direction. That is what is more important. Then you can anyway learn by yourself, create a setup, you teach people, like that. It goes on, you build on the club. It's not something there to serve you. You're gonna build it. You learn it and you build it. That's it.
Absolutely. Also, I also resonate with what Tarun is saying, and in fact, both of us agree to the point that it was just because of electronics club that we got a platform to actually explore what lies beyond the books. Because no doubt, books, I mean, all the acads, how the courses are, not the courses, how the courses are delivered. Not talking about the prof, also talking about the whole system. How courses are delivered, no one will be attracted to core just by the courses. I didn't, Tarun also didn't. So the only thing that got us hooked into the core electronics and this field was club only. First of all, the mentorship that we got there, 3 years above. I mean, when I used to look up to Vamshi Bhaiya and Soumitra Bhaiya, the kind of aptitude that they already had, the kind of knowledge that they already had. So I was sorted in my mind that, bro, I want to work with these folks because they have already been there and done that. The very, very, very first thing. And the second thing was absolutely the practical exposure, the like mindedness, and that environment that I told you know what I really felt within that my first visit to the club. Everyone around you is emitting the same positive vibes and same positive energy towards the same particular area. And that's what ultimately, I wouldn't say motivation is motivation has a bookshelf life shelf life. I'd say that drives you towards your goal and gives you more clarity कि boss हैं बहुत सारे लोग हैं that are on the same path and I'll be sorted from here. So definitely if I'll say one thing why I got into electronics, it was just because of the opportunities that we got into the club, opportunities of learning, opportunities of contributing to others growth and opportunities to make mistakes also. यार लैब में भी उतना टाइम नहीं मिलता and club is the only platform to go into that. And anyone who is serious, most of the people who are serious into going into core or exploring core should definitely stick to the club and be very very active in the projects that we are undergoing. Correct. And one more thing, being in the electronics club doesn't mean कि यार मैंने वो खून से लिख के दे दिया कि आज से मैं कोर के साथ I've been committed or married to core. It's not like that. It's a simple numbers game. 100 people start in the first year, 50 stick to the second year, and only 10 stick to the third year, and ultimately out of that 10, 5 go into the core. correct? But if you stick to if you're serious about going into core job, one tip that I can say, stick to the core club, definitely. And
Only
it's a
two
fun
sticks for
process.
the alumni talk.
Hmm?
Only two stick for the alumni talk. So yeah, that graph is correct.
It's a simple law of averages.
And yeah, like there are people in the club who are in software now and very good position. So our senior Abhishek Anand Bhaiya was the project manager in the Microsoft today. Okay, Rahul Bhaiya is in somebody else. So but they are, they had some interest in electronics, they still love it, and you never know what path they're gonna choose 50 year down the line, what they will be contributing at. But that's this love towards the electronics goes with them, and it's with them. You don't think that if they are doing, you know software, they won't be interested in, so in Microsoft also there is an hardware thing going on. So it's about, they will direct their path towards it. Naturally, they will do that. Naturally, they're gonna incline to some electronics job going into the Microsoft or somewhere else. And electronics is everywhere. You just don't see it. It's everywhere. In every company, it's there. You just don't see it, and you have to work hard to see it. That's what I have learned from my experiences. Even in software, this is the case. But in software, we see something in the college, and we became very short-sighted. And yes, it works, and electronic doesn't. But no, software is also very deep. It's too way deep than you think. Okay, and there also you need to dig. You need to dig. That's it. That's all. Start digging because you're already late.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I would like to ask my dear second year rights if you have any doubts, because you are not speaking at all. Actually, most of the peeps in the meet are the second year right official sophomores of our club.
They are part
So
of a club only.
yes, they are the part of the club only.
तो बॉस वीडियो तो ऑन करो भाई. ऐसे
Yes,
कैसे क्लब
I'm saying
चलाओगे?
there is no motivation. See,
ऐसा मोटिवेशन तो वैसे भी नहीं होती. I told you, it's a simple numbers game. So it's a very, very clear. Folks who will switch on the videos will stick to the fourth year. That is 100% sure. और अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है कि तुम्हारे चेहरे सही नहीं है तो प्लीज बॉस, if you seen you folks in, क्या बोलूं अब मैं, pajamas in shorts in campus, so don't be worried about it.
see,
भैया
अब लग रही है मीटिंग राइट ये.
सोए पड़े थे तब से.
Exactly.
स्टार्टिंग से बोल
See,
रहा था मैं तो.
Purvat का face देखो. He's like sleeping.
देखो भाई, इट्स अ सैटरडे फॉर अस. रजाई मेरी तैयार है, ठंड जम्मू में अच्छी खासी है, मतलब अब भी दूध पीऊंगा सो जाऊंगा.
Yeah.
ओके नाउ
भैया
यू. हाँ,
भैया
who's this who's speaking? Can't see.
Yes, I don't know who is speaking.
भैया me
Okay,
David.
I see people leaving, so I will just say that if your people want to reach us, so you can reach us through the club members. They know various platforms where we are available, so you can reach out to us anytime when you get confused with your, you know, we'll have time for you, but not directly at. I mean, not when you want, but we'll revert back. So yes, feel free to leave if you have some work, and feel free to interact now because I think now it will be mostly bulbit stuff.
अभी अंदर
Someone
से
is
निकलेंगी
asking the question if
चीजें.
I'm not
या
wrong.
एंड हाँ, whosoever want to get in contact, you can ping me on LinkedIn. मैं सीधे वहां पे WhatsApp का नंबर शेयर कर दूंगा. सीधे नहीं कर सकता, चलो मिस कॉल मारोगे. बट या हाँ, मानसी कंटिन्यू. या
Someone was asking the question if I'm not
it
wrong.
was David Kumar.
yes भैया भैया means being in your position what means what are the advice you would like to give us the second year it is like Tarun Bhaiya said he was doing on his own means he started his journey to core on his own he started to do things on his own so what should we do now if we want to go to the core
Okay,
means
okay,
how should we approach on our own
okay,
uh,
okay.
with means along with the accounts what the other things we should do
Clear. So as Tarun also said, start exploring. If you are asking specifically, How to explore that? So we have a blogs, we have sites, we have project links, everything into that. We have electronics club projects. And how we want to do that, how to explore, तो बहुत time देना पड़ेगा. If you're serious about it, time देना पड़ेगा. Correct?
Okay, David. So what you can do is you approach the club members directly. Or the third year you approach, they will direct you to the resources you want to which you want to learn in whatever profile you want. They will also give you exposure about fields also. Like you have to ask questions to them as well. You just don't expect them to tell everything. You just ask questions in that field. They'll pass on the material. You try the material, you revert back. It's a feedback mechanism, and you talk to them and they will help you out in that. Okay, particularly if you want a specific help right away, so in analog or digital there are only two things which in second year you can explore. Embedded software will come. It's a, it looks very easy thing. You take a microcontroller, you program over it. There are simulators online. You write a code, you program, you see the results in the microcontroller. You do some embedded C over there. In analog, you design something. You design a ADC. You design a FIR filter if you know about it. You design small stuffs. Maybe in the first year also they tell us something, right? So there is a logic course in the first second semester also. So take it forward in digital. Try to learn logic first. There are resources. Again, I can mention the resources. You can ping me later for the resources, and club already have it, which we left to the club, and then other people also build it upon them. So there is an history of resources in the club. You should leverage that.
Yeah. And also there is already a preparation presentation for internships and course. What all topic did I covered? I guess I have already shared it, but no doubt, no worries, Mansi, I'll share it again with you. Correct. You can put it somewhere on the electronics club drive and share it with anyone who asks. चलो और बताओ और बताओ और बताओ.
David, did
अनुराग
we
यार वीडियो
answer
तब
your
से ऑन किया
question?
पूछा कुछ नहीं है. क्या बात कर
David,
रहा
did
हूँ?
we answer your question?
Yes, भैया.
Okay.
Bhaiya, you just said some resources, right? Can you mention them, Bhaiya?
Mansi will do.
Okay.
We will
Okay.
pass on.
Mail to
Okay.
Mansi or connect with Mansi.
And
Bhaiya, can you
you can reach out to us also and to their seniors also. Like current fourth year, right? Also, you can reach out. They are almost free. Both of them got placed, so they are free. I don't know why they are not here.
Numbers game था वो.
Bhaiya, can you briefly just say your journey? Means when you joined the first year, in second year, what did you do and how did you get internship? Means where did you do your internship? And after that, how did it go?
Okay. Okay, I'll briefly tell. In my first year, in my second sem, I thought I'll start on, microcontrollers and designing microcontrollers. They were two different things which I was fascinated about: programming microcontrollers or designing microcontrollers. Then I thought, okay, programming microcontrollers. I had already worked on in the first year in Kriti in some Arduino project I have done, and I have seen that kind of stuff. So I thought, let us try designing microcontroller. Designing microcontroller comes with the concepts of digital electronics. Digital electronics starts with gates. In the second sem, we take it forward to learning about more digital circuits, more basic digital circuits. There is a Brown and Werensick book called Digital Electronics Design with Verilog. Verilog is an hardware descriptive language which you can use to simulate things, and it's like try out and check simulator. It's like you code. It's like programming language at
Yes,
your
yes,
level. You
yes,
can
Bhaiya.
see them.
We get it in third sem. We had Verilog in the course.
Yes, but my point is I started very early then the course came. It was a third sem when course was introduced, and it was the second sem and I started, and in the starting of the third sem I already had finished one book. Okay, so this is my point. You start early. If you want a job in core, you start early, because preparing for an internship, you will be, if you depend on the course, you are wrong. You are completely
Absolutely.
wrong.
Hmm.
You cannot be dependent on the course. You just have to start early, prepare well, and do what, read a book. Then okay, this was the first year summers. Then in the second year I formally joined the club, robotics and electronics both. Robotics I was doing more of the programming things, and in the electronics I was more starting on the digital electronics. I started on FPG on my third semester. I started working on, made some basic circuits which Mohammad Rafi sir told us, counter. I started one more course which you will get from the IIT Kharagpur in my third semester. That was an NPTEL course. I formally took it. It wasn't just the videos. I took the course. I completed it. There was a processor design thing towards the end of that course. I did that. I submitted that in my third semester. In third semester, and there was December again. I worked on the same project. I completed that project in around December or January starting. Then comes my fourth semester. Fourth semester, I again worked in the club and started more serious stuffs on the FPGA. Again, FPGA was a thing which I took hold on, because FPGA is a device where we can try out things. Simulator we can do definitely, but there is a lot different things on the simulator and on the device. There is a different construct altogether of Verilog for synthesizing and just for the simulating. So it took me some time to get on clarity of differentiating it with from the software programming. The software programming is very different thing from hardware descriptive language. So I did that thing in my this fourth semester and just build on it. I started on some online resources. I took some, I was very fascinated about at that point in time of the artificial intelligence architectures. I mean, I thought I should try them. There is an UC Berkeley site. Again, you'll find them in the resources which club already have. There are different projects which they do on FPGA. First, okay, so one more thing. Initially, there is no innovation. You just do things which are already there. I mean, people have made a project, you just replicate it. In the third semester and fourth semester, I did simply that, but I did that in a mass number, whatever I could do with the my courses. Again, so software as already I ruled out in my second semester, and third semester also I was doing some programming, but I had that, that I want to build an hardware. I know FPGA is something is exciting me. I simply took only one direction. There was only plan A. I never had a plan B. That was the reason of my anxiety. Super anxious at the time of first year, at the fourth semester. Then I took an internship in Pune in some small company, very small company called Bitmapper. Very bad quality of work. Company completely dependent on the interns. I mean, it's a very bad company, but I fought for my project what I wanted there. I There was a time where I thought that I will do things on my own and I'll come back, and I will not do the internship because they were not giving me the right work. I fought with so-called CTO of that company, because that company is only maybe 10-12 members, so CTO is no big deal there. So then I got a project which I really wanted. I forced things to get what I want, and I did a really good, not really good, I mean, okayish project there. Again on the FPGA. Again read a book called HDL Primer on the synthesized construct by someone, I don't remember. The name is HDL Primer, synthesizable primer, something like this. Again read a book, thought about things, made architectures, uh, wrote on a board and just stare the architecture for a long time just to get some innovation out of it. The fourth semester ends, the internship ends. Again back to the campus, preparing for the internship. TI was the only company I was targeting because it's a big shot and I wanted to play a big shot. But definitely today I can say that it's not, every time what we want is not the best for us. But at that point in time, it was so relevant. It was so important to me. I was obsessed about my job, my internship. I was obsessed. I took the test. First test, Texas Instruments came. No other company I have ever sitted before. No software company. I knew only two, three companies will come, but I never sat for software because I had things in my mind clear that I I mean, either I do it or I will try offline. I mean, out of the campus, something I will do, but not definitely not putting my time in the software. Didn't prepare for it. In the 15th August, I think 15th of August morning result was declared. 14th of August there were interviews. Okay, around 1 p.m. there were results declared for the internship. Again, how the internship process went, TI was very particular about, okay, before that there was the test, the written test. I thought I sucked at it. I thought I did very bad. I was not expecting me to be shortlisted. I went into the informal clothes for the PPT because I was so kind of depressed that I'm not getting it. I was very sad. To be very frank, I was, mentally my health was not good. It's a truth. Balbir handled way more better than me. I know it. My health was very bad. I sacrificed my health over my goals. That is the truth. While I was preparing for the internship, I don't used to come to the hostel, didn't used to meet people. I just used to go in certain lab, certain place I had in the campus, and I used to study alone. I don't wanted to talk to anybody. I was that depressed. If you think that, you know, only you are having mental problems, you are having confusion, it's not like that. I had way more than that. I can bet that. Okay. Nobody in the internship session was more obsessed than me. I could see that, there is a depth to mental, torture which I was doing to myself. I did it wrong to myself, but I did it. Again, there were four interviews, two analog interviews in the starting. Again, I didn't knew I shortlisted for interview. I thought I just shortlisted for digital. They took me to the analog room. I was so frustrated. I don't like analog. Why am I in this room? I felt so bad. I sucked at the interview. I passed. Still, they asked me to have a second analog interview. I went there. I told them I don't like it. They said, okay, you are shortlisted for digital. You wait for it. I went for a digital interview. I did well. I know that. I did well because I had the knowledge. No doubt about it. you know but I wasn't sure that I'm gonna getting the internship. I was never sure because I thought I was good in the interview. I was bad in the written test, but I was not sure I was good enough. But the results came. Me and Balbir both got the internship in the Texas Instruments. Fast forward, the even after getting the internship on the 15th of August, you know we worked on the same path, worked in the club, maintained things, worked on more projects, learned more things, which definitely helped me in my internship at the TI. It's not that you got the internship, you leave it, you work consistently. That's what where the passion comes in. you know it's not the internship which I wanted the opportunity to work with very good people. And when I got the opportunity, I don't want to miss it. I worked in the TI there. Fortunately enough, I got a very good project, very good mentor. These are very luck based things. I was lucky, and you know, very luck based. Colleges are still some certainty is there. Okay, some predictability is there. Companies there is none. There is a large pool where you are fish in a very big pond. You are not that important to the company. There is a lot of luck which goes in the club, which goes into the industry. There is the point where you should respect everyone, because you never know who is what till you don't know what destiny, what luck has served them. That's where the point of respecting everyone comes in. That's what the first thing I learned in the TI. Fortunately enough, I got the PPO. I started enjoying my life. Truly, I was relaxed. I went out on the trips. I never went till my seventh semester. I never went on a single trip. That sounds awful, right? Being in Guwahati, you don't go to Shillong. I mean, it's just ridiculous. My all my friends went. The seventh semester after getting my PPO, I went and did what I want in my life. I went on a bike trip and did things what I, thought of doing it. That's where the different phase of my life comes in the college, where I prioritized my health. I prioritized my other ambitions other than the job and the electronics. Seventh and eighth sem, I didn't do much in terms of, the intensity was half of what I was doing in the first 3 years, but still I was doing work, right? I mean, in certain extent, I was doing it. 50% capacity, but I can bet you that 50% was good enough for many people. Okay, but did that worked now working in TI. Things changing right now also, but we'll see. But that's what is the relevant to you till the fourth year journey. Okay, that's a long answer. Did I answer something? Was that helpful?
Yes, yes, Bhaiya.
Okay.
Okay, any other doubt not related to core? क्योंकि anyone depressed here like me about the core stuff.
We can have different session for it. Right now, Mansi, we should take
Okay.
some real questions. I'll encourage you to ask questions. Please ask. Okay, you might think that we will be available all the time and you will ask questions, but if you do not ask questions today, you're not going to ask questions 15 days down the line.
Yep.
Don't fool yourselves. Okay, just ask questions. This is the one time opportunity.
Hello here.
Hi
As you
there.
said that from yeah, hello here. As you mentioned that from the beginning you were doing a lot of stuff and were much interested in the field of electronics. But if someone hasn't done a lot of stuff from the beginning, so what do you suggest should be the minimum things or the means what are the requirements for for getting internships and placement in core companies? Like if someone has not done a lot of stuff from the beginning, like
Doesn't matter, Dharya. For internships, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I did way more than was required. Yes, I know that now. At that point in time, I didn't knew that. But you are definitely not too much late. I mean, you might be, not as early as I started, but you never know. Your IQ might be much more better than you. You'll grasp things like maybe a 4 times speed than me. Then one day is equal to like one fourth for you. Okay, so you don't think like that. We have different IQs. We have our own speed. Why I started early? I always doubted my IQ. Definitely, I always doubted that I'll able to make it in a certain time. What I do is I walk slowly. I walk early. I mean, that's my strategy to life. That's how I function. Many people have a different strategy of working fast and getting things done. That's how you get good grades in exams. That definitely I don't get. I mean, because I don't work in the last day. I just could not. I get
Still they are 9 plus. See?
and yes, then Balveer will be a very good person to your approach. Can okay, so and I started in my first year, and you are just in your second year. I mean, just 3 sems went. Still, you have enough time. If you just give 2 hours a day to digital, you'll make it to the internship. If you give it consistently, consistency is a more important thing. Do it daily. Maybe do it. Just an hour or 2 hours. Just do it daily. You have enough time, and don't get anxious if you miss out on some opportunities. You never know. Like Balbi didn't get a PPO, but then he got a job in Intel, right? So you know, even if you miss on some opportunity, second opportunity will be much better. Who knows? Today I am in TI. There are there are stuffs which I don't like, there are stuffs which I like about it. You never know your decision was right or wrong. But if you miss on some opportunity, then second might be lot better. You never know. Don't be sad about it. I was sad. That's how I know you shouldn't.
Hmm. Actually, by the way, I scheduled the meeting till 12:30. So 3 minutes after the meeting will end automatically. Sorry.
Wow, great job.
Automatically nice.
No, actually, it is showing me notification that 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubt for 2 minutes, you can ask. Otherwise, we will close the meeting. And thank you, Valveer and Tarun. Thank you for your time.
No
Actually, it
worries, yeah.
matters a lot. Okay, although
Thank
they
you.
are not interactive as much as I was thinking, because they see Purvat is still sleeping. Okay. Yes, Purvat. मैं तेरे को अगली मीटिंग में देखती हूँ मैं. सो ये हमारे नए वो हैं. मे बी हम इनको थोड़े दिनों बाद वापस से मिलवाएं आपको, ठीक है, पर्सनली ऐसे क्या कभी टाइम हो तो फिर निकालना हमारे लिए वापस से टाइम.
Please,
Sure, sure.
questions, please.
Abhi to it's just 2 minutes, so I'll just say ki if you have any doubts, if you have any queries regarding the resources, I guess motivate two to three things will go into your mind. Resources, you can always reach out to Mansi that we have already shared and maintained there. For internship and placement related things, I'll share a PPT with Mansi. Uh, that is a good starting point and covers many things. And rest, getting back to that question ki how to know whether I'm made for core or not, a very simple question. स्विमिंग आती है तो ठीक है, आती है तो ये सोचो व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड हाउ डिड यू नो कि तुम्हें आती है या नहीं, डायरेक्टली जंप्ड इनटू स्विमिंग पूल, नहीं आती. सो इफ यू आर if you haven't started working on anything, I'm not saying as serious as it get, but if you haven't started working on anything and if you're asking ki bhai is it my cup of coffee, is it my cup of tea, then you are asking the same question standing aside pool and asking ki yaar whether I'll be able to swim or not. Very simple thing, you're just in your second year, third sem or fourth sem, whatever it is. You might think that in August internships are coming, we are already done and we don't have time, but on the longer view of the things, you have a lot of time. A consistent preparation of a month is also good enough for core because it is a very focused preparation. And people only focus on basics. But yeah, get your why cleared first. That what do you even want to do? Even if you are not clear, you have 50-50 chances, then do both. Correct? And you can always reach us to on LinkedIn or WhatsApp or Facebook also, Insta. I'm active everywhere. Correct?
Is
Okay,
anybody can
so you might be thinking that we are just saying, we don't preach what we say. So I'll give you my example. I'm working in TI. I'm too much interested in digital electronics. You know, TI is an analog company. You know, it looks like a terrible decision, but let me tell you, it's not that terrible. You know, I still take risk that I might like analog still. And 1.5 year in my work where I don't know too much of analog, but I don't want to miss out on an opportunity that I might like analog. Still I don't know. Okay, I'm still exploring. So just explore, it's okay. I mean, it's a big life. I mean, we are not certain, but yes.